Hello Pisces, this is your September 15th to September 30th? I want to say 30th, or read. For the main read, I'm using the Vision Quest Tarot by Guyan S. Winter and Joe Doze? Not really sure how to say that. I have to look that up later. And for the advice cards, I'm going to use the Magical Unicorn Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue. And this is a deck from a little ways back. I forget when this came out, but it's one of the ones that I really enjoy, so I thought I'd put that in, spice things up. Okay, as usual, I've already shuffled the deck, so let's go ahead and get things out there and go forward. Okay, so where we're starting off is the main energy for this read. There's two cards this time for Pisces. We've got the Daughter of Earth and the Seven of Fire, which, when I'm looking at these cards, I feel like this time frame, the 15th to the 30th, kind of about continuing and keeping dedication, going forward, still getting things done, kind of taking, I shouldn't say a backseat, like kind of getting things done that need to be done. It's like a plan that keeps going, but feeling kind of worn out and kind of wanting a break. Yet still powering through. Let's go a little farther during the reading here and find out what else we have going on. In the first one, the first card, I have the Nine of Fire reversed, which their interpretation of the Nine of Fire, it looks a lot like the Ace of Staffs to me. Ace of Fire, but it's reversed. And I'm really thinking this is more that energy, just kind of being worn out. I feel like things are still going forward and you're still getting things done. I feel like on the outside you're showing a lot of effort and you're showing a lot of stamina, but on the inside you're really just like needing a break and just kind of tired. It's kind of what I'm feeling, like a lot of worn down and need a break from what's going on. What's going on around you is very interesting. In the environment right next to you, you have these three cards together. You've got the Sun of Earth reversed, the Sun of Water below that, right side up, and the Four of Water next in line. Which makes me feel like, I feel like what's going on around you is interesting. I feel like there's a person, or probably a young male, that's usually what's indicated by this, and they're involved in something that's very good for them, but it's something they don't really want you involved in, and they're kind of like holding back and trying to either not tell you what's going on, or they don't want your involvement in it as much. Of course, these are general reads, so you have to look at it based on the situation you're dealing with. It's definitely, though, another person, though, that doesn't want you involved in whatever they're doing. There's like a second, like I feel like this is almost like an activity. I know it's a person, and typically they denote people, but I'm feeling it's like an activity of some sort that's good for them, that they don't want you a part of. And that might just be because it's it's something like, if it's a sport, it's something they do well at, and it's something that really helps them blow off steam, and it's just like an escape from the world. Not really an escape, I don't want to say, but a way to deal with stress in a constructive way. But I feel like they're looking at it as like it's their thing, and they're just kind of pulling back a bit. Doesn't mean they don't care. I'm feeling like there's a lot of connection between you and this person, but it's just whatever the situation is, they just, at least not at this time, they're not wanting you involved in that. Which I feel like the next part of your line of succession, the Nine of Water, and then the Grandmother reversed, which is the Three of Major Arcana. I'm going to say that's like, I can't remember. I want to say it's like the High Priestess or something, or the Empress, something like that. But in this deck, the Grandmother, when the Grandmother is upright, she's taking care of people, she's looking out, she's imparting her wisdom. She's not, the main caregiver, but she's definitely one of the people who keeps her eye out and makes sure things go in the right direction. Since this is in your line of action for you personally, I'm feeling like you're feeling left out and you're not being listened to. I feel like the other person, whoever this is just not, is really not involved with you. I feel like when they are involved in this other activity, they're not involved with you as much. And you just want to look out for them. And I feel like you're trying to get involved and you're trying to help or trying to be a part of it, and it's just not happening. I almost feel like it's a little bummed out, a little sad for you. Like, you know, like what's the problem type feeling on your side. Like, why can't I be a part of this? I'm trying to move forward here because I really feel like a part of this, though, like when I'm looking at her, I'm also getting like that tired energy, which isn't like, it has nothing to do with the age of the person on the card, but I'm really getting like burning the candle at both ends, that type of thing. Like, this isn't the only thing you have going on in your life, but there's a lot of things you're trying to be involved with. I feel like it's a battle between what needs to be done and keeping that going, while also trying to involve yourself in other things that you just want to be a part of, and some things that, like this, like that this person just doesn't want you to be a part of at the moment, which is interesting because I'm thinking you might have been a part of it at one point, or this person may have talked with you more in the past about this situation and has just recently decided that they have control of it, and they don't, like, if they were venting or getting your input at one point, they feel like they now have their own stable footing and they don't really want to have your input as much now. I feel like you're very invested, though, and that's one of the reasons that this card's coming up. I feel like you have helped in this situation. Like, you have been a part of it in some sense. Either you've been that soundboard where this person has talked with you and told you what's going on and they need to sort things out, and you've helped. And you just want to make sure it's still going well. But that they're pulling back and they're like, nope, I got this now. It's fine. I just needed your help for a little while. And they're kind of pushing you out of the situation. Which is interesting because this is the next in the environment. That person, whoever this person is, which, let me put these in line so you can see them, while the activity, and I'm really feeling it's an activity, while that's going on and that's good, and there's a lot of good things going on there, I feel like whatever the situation was in the past that you helped them sort out, I feel like it's the fear of that coming back. I don't know if it's really still happening, whatever it was, but I feel like this person, whoever it is that you're connected with, is starting to have doubts or wonder what's going on. And I feel like they're kind of pushing it off. Like, I almost feel like they're pushing back at you like that's not happening anymore, but yet they're still worrying about it. It's a very interesting situation going on here. Let's pop out a couple of the advice cards because I want to see... wow. 4 of them popped out for the... Okay. Alright. And I'm feeling like this kind of goes across you. Alright. So we got 4 of them. They popped all out together. They just... I wanted to put some back, but I'm feeling like I shouldn't. This is actually going from... The top would be the energy of the situation. The middle 2 are kind of like how you're affecting it. And the bottom is where they are. And I feel like this situation... I feel like the situation isn't that bad, but... There's more pieces of it. I really feel like you were involved or helping in this same situation in the past. And when these cards come out, I feel like it's one of 2 things, especially when I'm seeing the best friends. Either... I think it's a closer relationship than a friend. I feel like it's more of like an advisor or a sibling. Somebody who, like, I feel like you actually help this person out. I feel like it's more, I'm getting more like sibling, something like that. Something where you're more connected with this person, you have a long-term investment. But the situation that they're dealing with, I feel it might be something to deal with, I think it's that group again, that same community group. And... you might be right that that situation is starting to go the same way it did before, but I'm also thinking that the person you helped might be more of the problem than the situation. I don't think the situation's bad. I'm getting the situation is good, but they might not handle it well, or they might get a little out of control. And that might be why you're trying to stay involved, because you're trying to kind of keep them in line and make sure they stay in this situation and, you know, use it to its benefit, not succumb to the glory of it. I feel like I keep getting like soccer, sport, something like that. It might be some other situations, definitely because it's a general read. But it's definitely a situation the person you're helping is involved with and has been. But I'm also getting that the situation is good. It's just that person's involvement, they get a little out of control, a little over-competitive maybe. And I just feel like they take it to a dark place sometimes. And it just gets a little out of control. And I think you're trying to kind of intervene and keep it on the level and like keep it a good thing. Keep them involved with it. Because I almost feel like if things go too far out of whack, they could be removed from that situation one way or another. Go lay down, sweetie. I know, right now. My dog comes over right now and she's like, hey, pet me now. These are the next cards going to the end of September. And I always read these cards based on what I'm getting. There are definitely words on them, and there's certain meanings that are generally attached to them. When I'm seeing these come up in your read here, I'm still getting that you're being blocked by this other person. Like, I feel like you're very invested. For someone who this is hitting for, it's a sibling. It's like a sibling or like a close friend or something like that, or somebody who's been a friend for a long time. And I feel like you're trying to look out for them, but they're like, I'm getting like these feel more like bars to me, and this feels like an X, like stopped, like you're not allowed through. Like you're not getting the information, you're not being talked with about it, you're not being listened to about it. I feel like you have best of intentions, but it's just not, you're just not being heard. And I feel like you're not being allowed to be a part of the situation. When we go back to the overall energy of this whole time frame, we have, I still feel like this is like, you're feeling worn out. I feel like this person's kind of draining you, kind of like an emotional leech. I feel like you're trying really hard to help, and it just doesn't go your way. Like, they're not letting you, but you're very, like, when I'm seeing the Daughter of Earth, especially at this point in the reading, I'm feeling a lot of dedication and a lot of, like, helpful, making things work out, you know, thinking things through, being there for someone emotionally, like, being there as a support. But the Endurance reverse makes me think that you're not allowed to be there like you want to be, and you're very dedicated. Like, I feel like you're being a good sibling or a good friend, or I feel like you have that in your mindset, and it's just not happening. They're not allowing you to do that. When I'm looking at this overall, I'm going to pull out 2 more cards just to see. This is interesting. We have the 4 of Fire and the 3 of Fire. They're coming. I'm especially noticing they're coming 4-3, like it's a countdown, and I know that these are sage sticks, and there's colors on them representing the 4 elements. So I feel like there's a clearing of energy that's trying to happen here, and especially with these 3 together, the 3 of Fire. The way I'm really seeing this is like I'm seeing this more as a bond. Like I feel like you're trying to clear the energy. And you're very bonded. Like, it's coming up a lot that this person you're very bonded to. It's not like a new friendship. It's not like a around the way friendship. It's very much like, I'm feeling like sibling, or like a relationship you would have with a sibling that you're very connected with. A best friend type situation. I'm getting that. Of course, general read, so interpret it as you need to. But I'm feeling like you're really trying to clear the air in the situation. You're trying to keep things together. I still feel like your energy's good, and you're trying, but you're not being allowed in. And I feel like it's the other person, though. They're just not receptive to it, and I feel like they might succumb to their own mental desires of what they're feeling and thinking. Again, the situation they're a part of is good. what you're trying to do is good, but I don't feel like it's serving you. And I feel like as it happens, like I really also feel, because I'm getting the you'll know in the morning card here in the beginning, around the 15th, it makes me feel like this situation won't really start showing up until about the 15th. So close to the 15th is when this is really going to show up. I've also learned through watching other videos and other feedback that sometimes, even though I'm telling you this isn't going to show up until the 15th, this might be another situation where you're not going to pretty much come across this video until it's relevant for you and help you know what's going on. Because I feel like this is something that doesn't really show that it's going to go this direction until it starts, until this person starts pulling back and not letting you help anymore. Until that moment happens, it's not going to occur to you that they're going to do that. That's kind of what that's giving me there. So for the overall for this read, I'm getting that, we have some good things going on. We have your energy, your dedication, but I feel like they're not being really receptive to it. Being a Pisces myself, I would say try not to overextend yourself, and if they don't want to hear it and if they don't want to listen, don't exhaust yourself trying to make them. I feel that good energy with you, though. Definitely keep it out there to them that you're willing to listen. But try to pull back and let them come to you, and that way you won't wear yourself out as much. And your energy is very good. I feel like if you just simplify it though, and just especially if you want to help and you really feel like you need to say something, simplify it. Don't get into anything deep. Don't get into deep conversations about the situation. Just state your piece in the most simple, direct, here it is, I'm here if you want to talk type situation, and let them walk away, because I feel like they're going to do what they want to do anyway, and there's a tendency of a little bit of manipulation, a little bit of deception. If they feel pushed, they might just kind of throw some BS your way just to get you out of their way type situation. So in the long run, I feel like if you just let them step away and don't worry about it too much, that was up the whole time, wasn't it? Then things will work out okay. It's just the whole message of the reading is not to overextend yourself. That way you don't have to feel so drained and pulled in so many directions. This is definitely a great time to stick with the things that are going well and let the things that aren't just kind of do their own thing. Definitely, you don't want to walk away from responsibilities. You need to keep going. But this is something where if it's something you can let somebody else do or don't need to be a part of, then step back and let it be as it is. All right, that was your September 15th to September 30th, 2016 read. Any comments or questions, go ahead and put those below. Or if you'd like a reading from me, you can email me at jamesforastral@gmail.com. James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.